Hi, this is Julianne Price and welcome to HealthyCoach.com. Today we're going to review Chalean Extreme by BeachBody. Now a lot of you might be more familiar with P90X by Tony Horton, which is the more popular workout by BeachBody. But Chalean Extreme is an excellent DVD routine and it's something I wanted to go with you today because I think you'll see some advantages that you don't get with P90X that may appeal to you. And before we get started, you might wonder, why are we recording in my closet of all places? My reason for this is because I wanted to prove a point. You can find a spot, no matter how cramped your house is or how small your apartment is, you can find a place to work out. Here in my closet, I can pretty much touch both walls. I have enough room for my weights, my fan, back here is my TV, my DVD player, and there's enough room for me to roll out a yoga mat. And that's all you need to work out with the Chalean Extreme workout. And that's one of the reasons I picked it, was because it is pretty compact. With something like Turbo Jam or Hip Hop Abs, you need a little bit more room to swing your arms and move around. With Chalean Extreme, a yoga mat is pretty much all the space that you're going to need. So again, no matter how small your space is, you can find a way to do this workout routine. Another reason I really like this workout is because it's only a 5-day-a-week workout instead of a 6-day like P90X. And if you're anything like me and you have crazy weekends with kids and running to Little League or soccer practice, it's nice to know that you can get your workout done Monday through Friday when your routine's a little bit more settled. My weekends are kind of crazy, so it's nice to know that there's no pressure. I've got my workouts in. Another thing I like is that with P90X, the workouts can be 60 minutes or 90 minutes, and with Chalean Extreme, the longest one is 45 minutes, and in some cases they're even shorter. Now, it may not seem like a big deal, those 15 extra minutes, but for me, when I get up at 5 a.m., getting up at 4:45 a.m. is a big difference, so I much prefer the 5 a.m. I prefer those shorter workouts. So again, that's just another reason to look at this routine. Chalean Extreme, as I said, is a strength training workout, so you're not doing as much cardio, which if you're like me, and I'm kind of not a big cardio fan, I really like to focus on strength training, and for me that's lifting weights. I also like that her moves are very straightforward. You're doing arm curls or you're doing squats. You're not doing any dance-type moves, which with her Hip Hop Abs or Turbo Jam, you're really kind of moving around and doing a lot of dancing, and that's just not my style. Another thing I liked was that when you're doing the routine, it's very simple to understand. A bicep curl, just about anybody can do, and the first time you watch her do her routines, you understand it and you're able to follow along. Again, with something like Hip Hop Abs or Turbo Jam, I found myself spending a lot of time trying to learn the move and figure out where they were going next, and I wasn't getting as good a workout as I do with Chalean Extreme. And again, there's not a lot of dance moves. The interval trainings for the cardio are very straightforward. You might be doing a plyometric into a skater's lunge or into a bowler's lunge. Again, it's very easy to understand, and you get a great workout, right from that first one. Now, when you order the DVD, you also get 2 guides. The first one is her muscle burning guide. And what I liked about that is she shows you every routine before you're going to do it. So it gives you a chance to figure out the moves beforehand. And she also gives you a schedule of what you're going to do and on what days. I found I altered her routine a little bit because, again, I wanted my workouts to be Monday through Friday. Now, as far as her cheat sheets that she includes in here, I've included a copy on my website that you can download for free, and that's at HealthyCoach.com, and they're PDFs. You're going to want to track the weights that you lift each week, so that the next week you know if you need to go heavier or go lighter or stay where you are. So that's very important for you, and again, they're free on the website. The other book that she includes is her Fat Burning Guide, which is a nice reference tool. It has a lot of menus, a lot of suggestions of things you should eat. And she also includes a DVD in her routine that kind of gives a tour of her kitchen, but she also gives some nice tricks on how to eat healthy and how to prevent yourself from overeating. Now, as I said, the routine is a 90-day routine, and you go through 3 phases: the lean phase, the push phase, and the burn phase, the push phase, and the lean phase. And in order to do the routines, you need to have a couple tools. This first one she includes, which is what she calls an ab toner, which is just a stretchy band tied in a knot, which you'll use this on your legs a lot. The other thing that she includes is this band right here, which is just a resistance band. You get this green one, which is a light resistance band. And she includes a DVD that shows you how to use this band with every one of her moves. And during each video, there's somebody who's doing the band, and in addition to the people that are overdoing the weight, so you can watch somebody do a band routine, which is great. What I like is these are lightweight, so if you travel a lot, you can just throw those in your suitcase without adding any weight. Or if you're working out in a part of the house, like say the living room, the dining room, you can pick up your routine and make it pretty portable each time. So that's nice. With weights, you don't have that advantage. Now, again, as I said with this routine, you have to do a lot of strength training. And for me, if there was any downside, I would say it's the equipment that you need. Now in the video she talks about using SelectX, which by Bowflex, which is an adjustable weight system. It's a great system. It goes from 5 pounds to 50 pounds, and it goes up in 2.5 pound increments. What I don't like about SelectX was the price tag. It was a couple $100 for each weight, and I really wasn't interested in making that kind of investment in my weights. So I went onto eBay, I went to Amazon.com, I went to Dick's Sporting Goods, I went to the Sports Authority, and what I found was when it came to adjustable weights, most people either sold the SelectX only, or they sold adjustable weights that only went up to 12 pounds. And for Chalean Extreme, you're really going to need to go for a woman up to about 25 pounds, and for a man up to about 50. So those 12.5 pounds weren't going to cut it. So I did find what I needed. Of all places, I found them at Target. These are the adjustable weights I use. They go from 5 pounds to 25 pounds, and you just slide this peg along and select the weight that you want and lift it up. These cost me about $70 each, and if you go to Walmart, I did find them cheaper. This brand that I have here is a Reebok brand, and Walmart carries a Gold's Gym brand. They're a little bit cheaper. The only downside I found was that at Walmart, they only sold one of them. I couldn't get the second one, and you really need two to do your workout routine, so shop around, see what you can find, and hopefully you'll have a look at one of those stores. The other thing I found was that when I went out in 5 pound increments, it was too much of a jump. And I needed some in-betweens. I needed 12 pounds, I needed 8 pounds, because going from 5 to 10 or 10 to 15 was just too much for a lot of the routines, so you may need to purchase some additional hand weights in between. So again, if I were to say that there was a downside, it would be the investment in weights that you need to do. If you're going to use the strength band, on the other hand, you probably only need to get a medium and a heavy resistance band, and that's a whole lot less money. So you can do the whole routine with the bands if that's what you prefer, and you don't need to make any kind of financial investment. Going back to the routine itself, as I said, you start with that burn phase, which is going to be 4 weeks, 3 days of strength training, and then you have 2 cardio days mixed in between. With the burn phase, you'll find that you're doing 2 body parts at the same time. So you might be doing an arm curl at the same time you're doing a squat. So you're really getting a lot of strength moves in, and you need to fail by the 12th rep. So you need to be lifting heavy enough so that by that 12th rep you're shaking and you really can't complete it. For that, I found that the most I was going up was up to about 15 pounds, and that was enough to cover that first full month of workouts. In the second month, you're going into the push phase, which is a little different. In that phase, you're going to focus on one body part at a time. So you might be doing just a bicep curl, or just a sumo squat, and that's where you find you're really getting into the heavy weights. She wants you to fail by the 8th rep. So in that case, that's when I was getting into the 25 pounds, and the 20 pounds was much heavier for me. Again, you're trying to fail by that 8th rep. And then in the last month is the lean phase, and in that phase you're doing a total body workout. So you may be moving into a reverse lunge while doing a forward raise at the same time. It takes a lot of coordination and a lot of balance. So you'll find that you're going to be going with some lighter weights during that last month. As I said, during that 90 days, you're doing 2 days of cardio a week. And what I found was by the 60th day or so, I started getting a little bored with the cardio routines. So I recommend to you that you kind of mix things up. I had some old DVDs, so I pop those in occasionally. If you're a runner, you may want to go out and run. She also includes a sample of Turbo Jam in here, so if you wanted to, you could mix that routine in. My point being that don't let yourself get bored by the routines. Find ways to make it interesting and keep yourself motivated to get through the workout. Another thing that I found was that during that first month, during the burn phase, I really started to see definition of my arms, and it felt great, but I wasn't seeing the total body transformation that I wanted to see. And my advice to you is just to stick it out, because by day 60, even though I wasn't where I wanted to be, it was the encouragement of getting into that last month. And what she explains is in the last month, that lean phase, that's really where you start to see the changes. And I have to agree that those last 30 days was where I saw the most change in my body. So don't give up at day 60. Keep going and you'll get through the workout. So I hope I've given you a lot of information about Chalean Extreme, and enough for you to consider it. If you'd like to purchase the workout DVDs, you can go to my website, healthycoach.com, and find it there. If you have other questions you want to get answered, or if you have comments about your own work experiences with Chalean Extreme, please share them with the comment box, and I look forward to talking to you again, so we'll see you next time. Thanks so much.